Very good morning. We was discussing about those who are having the more chance to become or to face the poverty or food insecurity. Okay, let us come to page number 45, last paragraph. Hunger is another aspect of indicating food insecurity. If people are having much hungry, then they won't think that food is secure or not. Hunger is not just on the expression of poverty, it brings about poverty. The attainment of the food security therefore involves eliminating current hunger and reducing the risk of future hunger. Hunger has a chronic and seasonal dimensions. So when we are thinking about the food security, first we want to avoid present hunger. With the help of that one, we are eliminating or giving food to the people today, then they will become more healthy and fruitful. They can come out with some work, or they can find out some job somewhere, and by that they will already avoid their future hunger. That is one thing. Then hunger has two dimensions. One is seasonal, another one is chronic. In seasonal dimensions means when we are starting our cropping, we are taking sow the seeds in the paddy field or somewhere. Then we want to wait some months, 3 to 4 months or 6 months, according to the particular type of crop. We want to wait some days. That time it may they may finish their money what they had in their hand, as the same time what they kept at home as a stock, that also may finish. So they are facing the seasonal dimensions of hunger. For 2-3 months they may suffer because of the lack of money in hand, stock in hand, and at the same time in the land the things are there but it not ready to harvest. So they are facing the problem of hungry. Then in chronic hunger, consequent a diet of the persisting inadequate in terms of quantity or in the terms of quality. So in chronic, that what we are having, that is the in some areas in India people are facing both chronic as well as seasonal, because in seasonal they are not getting, because of this cropping, between time of cropping they don't have food. At the same time they are facing the chronic hungry also, because the quantity one person need 3 chapati for example, but he is getting only 1 chapati in a day, means that is becoming again the quantity problem. Then the quality, with only roti is not enough, only chapati is not enough. With that we want to eat some vegetables, some food which we will get fiber or the fat or protein, like the other minerals also we want to get. So they may not have that one. Then what they are having with some chili chutney like that. So they are facing the problem of quality also. Poor people suffer from the chronic hunger because of their low income and in turn inability to buy food even for survival. Seasonal hunger is related to cycle of food growing and harvesting. This is prevalent in rural areas because of the seasonal nature of agriculture activities, and in the urban areas because of the casual labors. Example, the construction work, like that things, it is stopping in the rainy season. Then it is given one table here, percentage of the households with hunger in India. Rural area in 1983, 16.2 seasonal people they were suffering, percentage of the people, and chronic 2.3, total it is 18.5. To 1993 to 1994, 4.2 percentage seasonal and 0.9 percentage chronic, total 5.1 percentage. 1999 to 2000, 2.6 seasonal and that is in rural area, and 0.7 in chronic, total it is coming 3.3. Then when we are moving to urban, again in urban area 5.6 and 0.8, that is the in 1983, total it is coming 6.4. So that is source is Sagar, like that one agency there was collected data. The percentage of the seasonal as well as chronic hunger is declined in India as shown in the above table. from this table what we are understanding, it is the number it is reducing, poverty or hungry people, those who are facing the hungry, that percentage it is decreasing. Then next one, India is aiming at self-sufficiency in the food grains from since independence. From independence we are trying to reach the self-sufficiency in which area? Food grains. Not in all area, we can't aim like that, step by step only we can aim and get it. So for India is trying to become self-sufficient in the field of food grains. After independence, Indian policy makers adopted all measures to achieve self-sufficiency in food grains. India adopted a new strategy in agriculture which resulted in green revolution, especially in the production of wheat and rice. Why it is related to wheat and rice? Because wheat and rice, that is the essential food for us. With that we are adding some pulses, cereals or vegetables or non-veg like that things. So these rice and wheat, that is the basic food for us. Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister of India, officially recorded impressive strides of green revolution in agriculture by releasing a special stamp entitled Wheat Revolution in July 1968. So independent time onwards we try to make a new method of agriculture which is making the doubling of the food items or more than that, or getting the good harvest in wheat and rice, and we become better in that time in 1968. Means 1960s we becoming better, and 1968 Indira Gandhi understood we are going to reach in the food self-sufficiency. So she made a stamp and released one stamp in 1968, that what is entitled given Wheat Revolution, not any other thing, only wheat, because that was the major production. Then here it is given one picture, a farmer from Punjab standing in the field of the high yielding varieties of wheat on which the Green Revolution is based. And we know Green Revolution, it is based on high yield variety of seeds, as well as with that other things, the chemical fertilizer, chemical pesticide, then good irrigation, like that all the methods we want to add up with this one. We studied that one in the first chapter. Okay, then the success of the wheat was later replicated in the rice. The increase in the food grain was, however, disproportionate. Not everywhere it was not equal. How the Punjab was producing wheat and rice, like that Rajasthan was not able, like that it was not in even. No, when we are seeing the population, that also not in a same way, or in the political development or economical development, everything. So like that the agriculture development also not in everywhere it not happen. The highest rate of growth was achieved in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, which was 44.01 and 30.21 million tons in 2015 and 16. The total food grain production was 252.22 million tons in 2015 and 16. It has changed to 275.68 million tons in 16-17. After 1 year we can see the changes in the food grains, that is near about 30 million tons increase. And Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh recorded a significant production in the field of wheat, which has 26.87 and 17.69 million tons in 2015 and 16 respectively. So which states getting the maximum productivity? Madhya Pradesh and UP. Reason, Ganga river and the water availability of that area, and with that it is plain and fertile. With that they are adding chemical pesticide, chemical fertilizers and all the things what is needed for this HYV seeds. Then next one, your activity, visit some farms in nearby village and collect the details of the food crops cultivated by the farmer. Now, if you are having your own land, then you can visit and take the information from your grandparents or parents or your uncles and aunts, or who is doing the farming activity. To them you can collect. Don't go anywhere else, and don't go and get the different sickness. That's why stay safe. Then next one, food security in India. What is the, we have started green revolution, we are developing now, and what is the condition of food security in India? Since the advent of the green revolution in the early 1970s, the country has avoided famine even during adverse weather condition. Even though we have seen how the people suffered in West Bengal, they suffered and how many people died, like that we have seen. Afterwards we never faced like that also, we have seen. It is before independence then also. Then when we started our green revolution, that time onwards, we tried to face the famine also, drought also, flood also, even all the difficult situation, but not ready to reduce our production. India has become self-sufficient in food grains during last 13 years because of variety crops grown all over the country. The availability of the food grains, even in adverse weather conditions or otherwise at country level, has further been ensured with carefully designed food security system by the government. This system has two components. First one is buffer stock, second one is public distribution system. So how we are facing this adverse situation is coming, weather conditions are coming, then also how we are surviving. Now the pandemic situation, many 2-3 months the people they suffer without job. Then how they adjusted, how the government helped them, that with the help of two systems, that is, one is buffer stock, another one is public distribution system. So we want to understand both system very carefully. We know about a public distribution system, ration system of our country or of our state, but we want to understand before that what is buffer stock. So we are moving to next topic, that is buffer stock. Okay, we will continue in next video.